skies, how heavily it dies into the west away, past touch and sight and sound, not further to be found. How hopeless underground falls the remorseful day.
Welcome everybody, my name's Chris and I run the website Morse and Lewis and Endeavour.com, and here is my review of the final episode of the Morse series, The Remorseful Day. I've been putting off reviewing this episode for a long time, not because it's a poor episode, but because it's a difficult episode to watch. This is not only due to the Morse character dying at the end of the episode, but knowing that 16 months after the episode was first broadcast, John Thaw would also be dead. So this makes it doubly difficult to watch, and for that reason I think I've only watched the episode maybe 5 times in total. But here's my review. The Remorseful Day, as we know, is the final episode of the Inspector Morse series, and it serves as a poignant and fitting end to one of British television's most beloved detectives. This episode is adapted from Colin Dexter's novel of the same name. It aired in November 2000, and it brought to close a series that had run for over 13 years. The episode centres around the unresolved murder of Yvonne Harrison, a case that has lingered for over a year without any resolution. Morse battles illness and old age. He is reluctantly drawn back into investigation by his ever-loyal colleague, Sergeant Lewis, and also by his superior, Chief Superintendent Strange. The episode highlights the tension between Morse's declining physical state and his determination to solve the mystery, leading to a bittersweet, languid and melancholic tone throughout. John Thaw, as always, delivers a powerful, nuanced performance as Morse in his final outing. His portrayal of a brilliant yet increasingly frail detective is deeply emotional, especially for us long-time fans. As always, John Thaw captures Morse's sharp intellect, biting wit, and the vulnerability of a man coming to terms with his own mortality. After the absence of the Lewis character in the penultimate episode, The Wench is Dead, it was good to see Kevin Wheatley return as Sergeant Lewis. John Thaw's chemistry with Kevin Wheatley's Lewis remains strong, with Lewis showing a deep concern for his mentor's health, while also stepping up to take on more responsibility in the investigation, which in some ways foreshadows the Lewis series. Wheatley's performance as Lewis is equally commendable. As Morse's protege, Lewis is more confident than in earlier episodes, yet he still shows the deference and loyalty that's marked their relationship. The evolving dynamic between the two characters as Lewis moves toward independence while Morse grapples with his own limitations adds depth to the episode. The supporting cast, as always in so many, if not all, Morse episodes, is excellent. But particular praise has to go for the subtle performances of many of the cast that fills out the suspects and witnesses in the murder case, adding layers of complexity to the investigation. What sets The Remorseful Day apart from other episodes in the series is its deep emotional impact. Throughout the episode, there's a heavy sense of finality and reflection. The show doesn't shy away from Morse's declining health and the inevitability of death, themes that add a melancholic undertone to the procedural drama. The title of the episode, taken from a line in A.E. Housman's poem How Clear, How Lovely Bright, speaks to the idea of remorse, guilt, and the passage of time. This theme of regret is woven throughout the narrative, especially in Morse's reflection on his life and career. His decision to retire, the guilt he carries for past mistakes, and his ambivalence toward relationships are all explored, giving fans a deeper understanding of the character in his final moments. The episode also plays with the idea of closure. While the murder case is resolved, the sense of closure for Morse himself is more complicated. The case feels almost secondary to the emotional journey Morse undergoes. His final conversation with Lewis, where Morse tells him to do it yourself, can be interpreted as a passing of the torch, symbolising Lewis's readiness to take the lead and Morse's acceptance of his fate. Again, foreshadowing possibly the Lewis series. The pacing of The Remorseful Day is slower than some earlier episodes, but this must be intentional. The show takes its time to reflect on Morse's career and personality. Fans will appreciate the callbacks to earlier episodes and the way in which the script honours Morse's complexities, his intellectual rigour, his love of opera and crosswords, his loneliness and his flaws. The final scene where Morse passes away in a hospital bed is handled with great sensitivity. The moment is understated yet deeply moving, with Morse's death marked by an aria from Wagner's Parsifal, in particular Act 1 Prelude, a fitting tribute to the character's love of classical music. It's a moment that resonates long after the credits roll. And let's not forget that wonderful, emotional final line by Lewis, where he simply says, "Goodbye, sir."
Goodbye, sir.
Kevin Whately put so much power and emotion into those two simple words. And of course, it's words that we, the fans, are also saying. For long-time viewers, The Remorseful Day is an emotional roller coaster. It provides a closure for the character while leaving room for reflection on his legacy. This episode also marked the beginning of Lewis's journey, as Whately, of course, as we know, will go on to star in Lewis, the spin-off series that further explores his career in the aftermath of Morse's death. Personally, I wish Colin Dexter had not killed Morse off, but allowed him, as it were, to go off into the sunset with Adele to Australia. Remorseful Day is a masterful conclusion to Inspector Morse, combining a compelling mystery with a deeply emotional farewell to one of television's most iconic detectives. It is a fitting tribute to both John Thaw's unforgettable portrayal and the long-running series as a whole. Fans of the show will find themselves moved by the episode's emotional depth, and its themes of mortality, regret and legacy ensure it will remain a timeless piece of television drama. This final chapter of Inspector Morse is a true testament to the show's enduring legacy, leaving viewers with a sense of both sadness and satisfaction as the curtain closes on a beloved character. Hope you've enjoyed my review. A more full, comprehensive review is on my website, morseandlewisandendeavour.com. That comprehensive review includes the music used in the episode, the literary references, locations, of course, and many, many other things. And when you get a chance, you could please leave a like on this video, as of course it helps with the YouTube algorithm to find this review. So thank you everyone for listening, and take care.